this, whether live or on replay, let us know as well too. Today, welcome to Warrior Wisdom. And on this call, if you're new here, this is just a daily dose of inspiration, encouragement, wisdom to help you unlock your inner warriors so you can crush it in your business and your life. And it's an honor to be here with you guys. I love this daily touch point, because the reality is, if you want to win big in your business in the long run, right? Longevity is a big thing. I was thinking, some of you might know, if you've been around network marketing, there used to be this really famous book that it was almost like people had to read it, called Your First Year in Network Marketing. Has anyone here ever heard of that or read that before? If you have, put a 1 in the comments. Guy by the author was Mark Yarnell. Angie has, yeah, it's like, it's old school. It's like old school. Mark Yarnell was he's a legend, one of the top money earners and OGs of network marketing. But you would read this book called Your First Year in Network Marketing. Ironically, you're supposed to read your first year, but most people would read it like after their first year, and they look back, they're like, man, I should have read that. But I bring that up because he had one statistic in that book that lodged itself in my brain, and I want to submit it to you. Is he said that 95% of people that stick with the same company for 10 years make more money than they can ever imagine or dream of. And I'm like, whoa. So think about everything you can dream about or imagine in your business. Think about how big you want your business to be, how amazing you want your life to be, traveling around the world with you and your grandkids and your kids, being able to pay off all debts and have anything that you want. Imagine more than that. And he said 10 years in the same company. So longevity is a really big thing. And that's how we've stuck with the same company and this product for the last 13 years. And I'll tell you, it's true. It's like what we're doing now and what we're seeing others do after they stick with that. There's a stickiness that's super important, right? Fortunately, we have an amazing company that will last the test of time, which is huge, So I bring that up because if you want to last long, then it's about daily little things about just getting better, right? Every day, can we get 1% better? So today I want to submit a message to you that I hope will be helpful. And it's that warriors are relational. Warriors are relational. One of the biggest mistakes that I've made, for sure, and I've seen many people make, and this is probably what leads into people that don't like this type of business, to be honest, is that a lot of times, because usually it's out of good intention, it's just we're excited about our business, right? We have goals, we have things that we want to do, is we start, I'll just speak for me. When I got started in this business, I looked at people in a very transactional way, right? Like I wanted my goals. Let's say you want to wrap up your 10 and 2. Let's say you want to hit your next promotions. I'm like, who can I get? Like, that's kind of the feeling, right? Who can I get to my goals? And I would look at everyone as almost like just a number. I wouldn't tell them that, but that was really in my heart of hearts. If I was talking to Vern, if I was talking to Joanne, if I was talking to Diane, I'd be like, what can I get from you? And while in the short term, that would lead into fast results, the reality is in the long term, that would lead into really bad relationships, that led to havoc in the home, that led to me being disconnected with my family, that led to me being disconnected with my leaders. And I realized there's principles in this. And as you know, I've been studying through one of the greatest entrepreneurs of all time, a guy named King David. Right? He was worth $300 billion by the end of his lifetime. And he made some mistakes as well, too. So here's a principle. Successful people, they love people, and then they get their goals. But the other way around, which is not good, is we use people to get our goals. So there's a difference of loving people and using them. And I put it to you in the comments if you know what I'm saying here. All right. It's a heart set. It's an intention. And it's so important that if we want to be professionals in our business, if we want to have longevity and actually better business, that we're able to actually just love people. I'll give you a story. So there's an aspect in King David's life that he was usually pretty good, and then he had a fault. If you know the story, he basically wanted to he wanted to get his goal. His goal was hooking up with someone by the name of Bathsheba. All right, it was all bad. It was like a really bad thing. And what happened was this person was married. And he had to get the husband out of the way. So because he wanted his goal above loving people, he literally sent the husband away to die. And then he did. And then he married the other. That's all bad. And it caused issues with his family for the rest of his life. Like multi-generational, was horrible. Now he repented and everything was okay afterwards. But I bring this up because I think all of us, we struggle with these things, especially in a week like this. We have a deadline. For example, every month we do a 10 and 2 promotion, right? Art and Joanne was able to wrap this up, for example. Angie Bloom here has wrapped this up. I know a lot of us want to wrap this up. Who here is committed this week to wrapping up your 10 and 2? Put 10 and 2 in the comments below. So especially as we have deadlines and we're stressed, the temptation. You finished last night, Pia? Congratulations. Congratulations. The struggle is, how do we, especially when the pressure is on, how do we make sure that our heart is in the right place, that we don't switch it where we're just trying to use people to get what we want? And it leads into bad results. So the message today is, how do you just love people harder? Now, how do you love people harder? We did, and that's why we have the machine now. And we're doing this machine challenge. On Academy, I submitted this challenge and I said, hey, let's have an opportunity to just start to get people to look at the machine, right? The goal of the machine is to get people in front of it so that the machine can do the work and that we can do the most important work, which is loving people, right? Being relational with people. So I saw, for example, Kim Wall, I submitted, there was 3 challenges, right? Reach out to 5 people, reach out to 20 people, reach out to 50 people. Kim said, I'm going to do 50, and she did 50, which is awesome. Congratulations. I know Sean Nakamoto let me know he did 50 as well too, right? If you were running in that challenge to just invite people to look at the machine, put in the chat, like by this time, how many people did you ask to take a look at that, you know? So we're doing this to get them in front of it, but Joanne got 30, awesome, good job. And the goal is, Maria got 20, way to go. The goal is just to get people in front of this information and then let the machine do what it's supposed to do best. But today, what I would encourage you to do is how do you, as a follow-up, 35 from Shalia, how do you, as a follow-up, love on people harder? So for example, let's say you talk to someone about the machine and you're like, hey, take a look at my link, and they're taking a look at it. Today, and this is why I need to check myself up, my typical follow-up, I need to untrain myself. My typical follow-up, and it's not bad to follow up to see if they looked at the information, but I want to take it another step. Let's say I'm talking to Joanne about this. I do want to check up on her watching the information if she said she would. But really what I want to as a priority is follow up on the relationship, follow up on the fellowship, follow up on that. And I'll actually be like, Joanne, let me have a real conversation. Joanne, how was your weekend with you and Art? What'd you guys do? Like, have a real conversation. It doesn't have to be, now this isn't you have to pick up the phone and talk for hours type of thing, but just start with loving them. And it's amazing though, because it also works in your favor. This is also psychology. This is just how things work. There's a saying that people don't care about how much you know until they know about how much you care. And if you want to stand out in your business and you want people to be asking you to join you, to partner with you, to buy from you, the irony is when you don't necessarily talk about the business, you talk about them and you actually care and love them, then business comes to you as well too, because they're like, hey, they know. Joanne knows that I shared with her information. And then if I talk to her and I just actually love on her as a person, she's going to be like, wait, what? You're not trying to close me? I want to be closed. I like this. They've been like snooping around the machine, right? So just a message for today. So if today resonated, and what's the goal? Be relational today in your business. Like really think, how do I love? Am I loving people in my conversation? Am I loving people I'm posting on their social media? Am I loving people as I'm doing my follow-ups? And just have that intention and watch what it does for you. But if this resonated with you, put a me in the comments below. I just want to share that because I know I struggle with this a lot. So I hope that it's helpful just as a little reminder there. Awesome, awesome. Let me give a couple of updates. And in a bit, I'd love if anyone has any income producing activity. You did something, it led to a sale. You did something, it led to a partner over this weekend. feel free to raise your hand as well too. I'd love to ask you some questions. Pia, I'd love to have you. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna have Pia share in just a bit. Pia said, when you love on people genuinely, oftentimes they will ask you to join. It's absolutely true. So let me give some updates here. This week we do have 10 and 2 being wrapped up. I'd love to see this. And remember, in the Warrior Movement team, we have a mastermind group. So every Friday we do a special training. We had an incredible mastermind. We're opening it up. And the moment that you wrap up 10 customers, 2 partners, or just 12 people, at least 2 of them being partners, then if you go to the warriormovement.biz, I haven't seen a lot of people. We need everyone to, if you want to participate in the next mastermind, we're starting up next week. If you've already done 10 and 2 since February, so you see your name on this list since month 2, and you're on here, and you have not submitted your letter of commitment, go to this website, warriormovement.biz. It's under our recognition section here, events and promotions recognition. If you want to participate, it's an open door. It's an extra training. And this is for people that say, I really want to get to 6 figures in 6 months. Just simply click on this. It'll take you to the form and you just read through this, enter your information. There's a letter of commitment. And you can come in and be a part of this. It's an open door that you can come in and have a seat at the table. And this is the heartbeat of the Warrior Movement itself. Higher level training. We collaborate. We seek confirmation and help for where we want to move as a team in the future. So if you haven't done that yet, be sure to do that. I know Art and Joanne were able to do that, for example. And if you haven't, I know many of you want to, you just have to like resubmit it. Even if you were in our mastermind before, you have to resubmit this as well too. Okay. So number 1 is that. Number 2, I also want to give you an update that we had an amazing webinar with James Angel, Cindy, and Lindsay on Saturday. Many of you were asking for the replay. We have updated that replay in a couple of places. Okay. So number 1 in Wellness 360, we have it pinned up in the featured section. We also have all of our, so this is also in guide 7 of Wellness 360. And also in the Wellness 360 machine, we have it up on this webpage. So when you come in and play around, who here's been playing around with the machine, by the way, right? It's fun. You like click around, you like get lost and stuff. You're like, oh, this is pretty cool. When you go down and if people wander to how do I partner and you go to learn more, what you'll find is in the URL, the back half is /overview. This is also on our boards. The video is right here. So it is already uploaded in the machine. So if you want to share it with them direct that as well too, you can. So you can click on that. This is like rock solid. This is definitely a presentation. I would have to say, I think this was, I've seen many presentations. This is like the best almost as perfect as a presentation as you can get on a business sense. So it's super unique. It's a good one that you can follow up with people on. If you watch that, if someone watches that and they don't get excited, it was super good, right, Rebecca? It's like, if people don't get excited about that, I don't know how, like, I don't know. They're not entrepreneurial. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So we have those things and it was powerful. I know. Rebecca, I love to ask, because if you guys don't know Rebecca has a lot of experience in this industry. She's seen a lot of things. I'm just going to pick on you real quick. But Rebecca, I'd love to hear some of your feedback if you're okay with that. Like, and maybe if you give a little background of just even your experience, like you've done a lot of cool things in this industry, and we got little Dawson there as well too. But do you mind? I'd love to interview you in the future more. But Rebecca, what are some of your, and don't be humble, but you've done a lot in this industry. So what are some of the experiences you've had and successes in the past in this industry?
Oh, hi everyone. Yeah, Rebecca McCarthy. I live in Guilford, New Hampshire, so I'm up in the North Country. And I'm actually like neighbors with Cindy, which is all a God thing, divine planning, right?
Wow.
She's like 10 minutes away. So,
Dang.
I've been in the industry for probably about 10, 12 years now. And I was with the same company for 6 years recently, and was introduced to Partner Co. And Like I am just beyond, it's beyond my wildest dreams. Everything that is here that is offered for us. It's given me a home, a sense of peace, a sense of security. And I mean, with the leadership that we have here in this team, it's like above and beyond, right? Our wildest dreams, above and beyond. And so, yeah, I've been able to build over $1 million organization in this industry. Yeah, while being home with the baby, which is like why I love this so much. I started the industry as a single mom who was into fitness and nutrition. I had a personal training and sports nutrition business, and clientele was down in the winter, and so I needed something to supplement my income. And then it quickly grew past what I was able to not only bring in through my fitness business, but by who I could help. It's like it blew it out of the water because I could only help so many people by going to their houses and personal training with them. But this gave me the ability to help people all over the globe. And like my passion is helping people and helping people get results, whatever that might be that they want. And so it's really the industry. I'm in love with the industry. And when you find products like we have at Partner Co. that are backed by scientific studies that are just proven to work, and the results are like insane results, right? The results are insane. I started drinking noni, and this is just my personal testimony here. 2 days into drinking noni, I had hip pain from carrying this guy. He's 25 pounds, so carrying
Wow.
him around all the time. And 2 days into drinking noni, it's gone. My husband had back pain from weightlifting before. And he had tweaked his back years ago, and 3 days into drinking noni, gone. So like the products and the results that you get are just unbelievable. But when you're partnered with a company who truly cares about the field, and then the leadership that's on this team that's praying for us, that's cheering for us, that's here to support us, like you guys, and then the machine. I come from a place where I've been able to do a lot in the industry, but it was a lot of hard work, hustle, grind. I can't remember taking a day off in the last 6 years, not one single day. It was ingrained in me to touch your business every day, make sure you're having more conversations, follow up, keep track, all of these things. And so now, like, I'm like twiddling my thumbs. I don't know what to do with myself because all I have to do is share the machine, and people get into the machine, and then it does the work for me. And I'm like, this is unbelievable. Like, it's just a game changer, you guys. And that's our unique selling point here. So like James was saying, that the webinar that they did over the weekend, if you share that with people who are interested in this business, people are busy, they have busy lives, they want to live their life. They don't want to be sitting behind a computer, following up with people, talking to people. Like, they want to be able to share the products that they love that have changed their life, share the opportunity that they love that has changed their life, and not have to do all of the back end marketing. And that's what the machine does for you. So share that recording with anyone, and they'll see the value of what we have our hands on. So I don't know if that's what you wanted. I'm
That was
fired.
perfect. That was perfect. Mic drop right there. By the way, who here would love to hear more about Rebecca's story if we can get her on a call or something? Would you be open to do some type of more longer interview in the future?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I've got lots to share. So you guys are
Oh,
in for a treat.
awesome. Sounds good. Thank you so much for sharing. And hey, Dawson, so cute. My gosh. Yes. And that's exactly why we're doing this, right, guys? So we have some incredible things. So take a look at that. If you haven't watched it, by the way, then that might be homework. Just watch it so you can start to get this verbiage, because what we're doing here, the unique selling point, it's new. Like, this is literally innovative in the industry. So the sooner that you can understand the psychology behind it, then the faster you're going to be able to build and to expand. All right. So with that, Pia, I'd love to go to you. I know you wanted to share an IPA as well, but Pia, where are you at? Feel free to unmute. Or if you're on, there you are.
Oh my gosh. Hi, guys. I am running like crazy. I'm flying back out from Georgia to Vegas tomorrow, but good morning. Happy Monday.
Good morning.
So yes, my IPA kind of was along the lines of what you were already saying, since we're always
Hmm.
kind of in sync, you and I. But it is actually, I had a friend who I sent the video to pre-machine, right? Like this was back in like January when I did that first, you know, want to mentor people post $500 a month, right?
Yeah.
I sent this girl the video. She's like, oh, I'm interested. We kind of had some conversation. She didn't sign up.
Hmm.
In the meantime, I've gone about my business and built the business and just kept, I not even really kept in touch with her specifically, but just doing the do every day. So last week she messaged me and she said, hey, are you going to be in Georgia or are you on the West Coast? And I said, oh, I'm in Georgia for like a week, you know. And she said, I'd love to go to lunch with you. And not like normally I'd be like, I got a lot going on, like, you know what, but I was just like, you know what, fine, I'll go. So I'm on the phone with Angie, of course, as I'm driving to this lunch with her. And I'm like, I got to finish my 10 and 2, but I'm going to go to lunch with this girl. And meanwhile, I'm getting customers ding, ding, ding on my phone because I'm like, God is good, Angie. Because I'm like, I got customers coming in on my phone, like money being sent to me. And so I get to lunch and she says, you are so positive on Facebook. She said, I am so tired of the negative people in my life. I want to be around you, and the people that you're in business with are so like, you always have positive things to share. And, you know, she was just like, I just want to be around people with a better mindset.
Hmm.
And, you know, people who don't have a mindset of lack or competition or negativity. And I was just like, oh, that makes me so happy. And I'm still clueless. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, she said, you know, she was interested in the business, but I didn't realize like this was going to be. So not only did she buy me lunch,
Wow.
she like asked me to join the business. And so I feel like that is exactly why I do what I do, is because I always want to be a positive influence, not just on weight loss and the drops, but just in life, you know what I mean? And just to make somebody's day. But, you know, that was just so touching. So I do feel like being genuine and just continuing to reach out and love on people, no matter what they say, even if they say no to your business or no to the product, just keep doing that anyway, because guess what? It comes back tenfold. Whether it was with her or someone else or other customers, it always comes back. So I'm so happy. So I'm excited.
Great share. Exactly. And congratulations, Pia, for doing 10 and 2, 5 months in a row now. I mean, come on. Congratulations. Way to lead from the front on that. Lots of wisdom, guys. Lots of wisdom. So, and Pia, it's super exciting to have you. So we have both our mastermind, but now we've made the decision to have a next level mastermind. So for those that do 10 and 2 at least 3 months in a row, you're invited to the next level mastermind. So even higher leadership. So Pia, I'm excited to collaborate even further and just pick your brains because they are so smart, you know? So congrats. Travel safely. Travel safely. And one last reminder here, guys, is that this week we are doing in the Warrior Movement the very first ever giveaway dealing with the machine. So this is in the Warrior Movement group. This is open for anyone to participate in. We're giving away Warrior Movement merchandise. We're giving away drops. We're giving away a free PXP ticket, whether it's for you or for you to bring one of your future leaders with you. It's a lot of fun. So, and thanks to James and Angel, they did this in their team. I'm like, that's a great idea. So we should do this as well too. So if you have not yet opted in, feel free to come on to this flyer and opt in. Just comment opt in. And the reason why I want you to comment is the way we're going to track, we have visibility in who's bringing people into the machine, so we can actually count it, right? So I already shared a list, for example, with our next level mastermind, and we gave this to them. They're like, oh wow, I know who's into this type of thing, you know. It is a really cool hat for sure. Angels rocked it. I'm like, the first time I saw that hat was when Angel rocked it. So everyone here opted in already. If you haven't yet, just go to this flyer. It's in the featured section, Warrior Movement, and just comment opt in if you want to be a part of it. the top 3 who add the most to the machine since this Saturday up until this Friday, we're going to be able to award some really cool prizes. So get you, and you might want to get your teammates in on this as well too. Just get this in front of people. All right, everyone. Hey, other than that, let's crush the day. Let's have an amazing one. Angie, I'm going to toss it to you. What should we do today?
Slay the day, y'all. Slay the day.
Awesome. See you guys.